Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of The Spark. I'm Coach David. Hope you're doing fantastic on today. I hope that your life is moving in the direction that you want it to move and that everything is coming together beautifully for you as you have been the architect of your life. In other words, you design, build, and now you're living the life that you desire. So even if you're not, get started on today. It's never too late to become the architect of your life. I'm so thankful that you are here with me on today as we go into another episode of The Spark. And I begin to share something with you that I believe always will take you to a new level, give you new height, and also just cause you to continue to progress forward in your growth and in your development. Listen, it is my pleasure to be here with you. And it's actually a privilege and an honor that you would take the time out and share time with me on today. So give somebody a big shout out and let them know, hey, Coach David is here. Put this on your page or whatever social media you have and share it with somebody in order that they can move forward in it and also grow and develop. Because truthfully, it's about all of us becoming better, all of us becoming much better in the things that we do. So today I want to kind of break into a new series. I'm not going to wait till 2026 to get into it and everything. Today, I want to begin to talk about confidence because I believe that this is a key factor or a key skill that needs to be developed in order to drive and push forward every other skill in your life. I think that when a person is confident, and when we get an understanding of what I'm talking about, when a person is confident, they move to new heights and to new levels. So let's jump into it on today. Let's talk about it. What is confidence? Okay. So what I want to do, I want to talk about what confidence is by describing some things that it is not. Number one, confidence is not arrogance. In other words, a lot of times people will say you're puffed up, you're arrogant because you are very confident. A lot of times what is going on there, your confidence is offending their lack of confidence. And so they will say that you're arrogant. So confidence for our purpose is not arrogance. It's also not blind optimism. In other words, oh, it's just going to work out. It's all going to come together. And I'm just confident that it will. It's not that. It's not being blind about it. You're going to learn as we go through this that confidence is something that is trained, something that is developed, something that is worked on. It's a skill that we have. Confidence does not mean that fear doesn't exist, because the truth of the matter is it does exist. But with confidence, you're going to learn that skill on how to overcome it. It's also not hype. It's not the rah-rah and the hoo-ha and all that other kind of stuff that you see people do, all the hype and all of that. I don't have a problem with people being hype. I think it's pretty cool. But the truth of the matter is confidence is not hype. And here's something that many people don't know. Confidence is not something that you're quote unquote born with. It is a skill. So let's break it down. Now that you know from my working definition what is not, let's really get into the definition of confidence. Confidence is derived from two words: con, which means C-O-N, which means with or completely. Okay. And then fidere. Fidere, F-I-D-E-R-E, means trust. It means to have trust. So when you put those two words together, what you come up with is with trust or with complete trust. So confidence is when you know, here's our working definition. Confidence is when you know something that you don't have to think about. In other words, I got this. So I say it like this: confidence, it is in you, it is a part of you, and it will come out of you when needed if you let it. I'm going to go through that again because there's something really key about that. Confidence is when you know something that you don't have to think about. Why? Because it is in you, it is a part of you, and it will come out of you if you let it. So why am I emphasizing that? I'm emphasizing the you because confidence is in you. Confidence is you. It's a part of you. Confidence will show up. Did you hear what I said? Confidence will show up. Why? Because it is there. Now, So I look at this, and this is the question that I thought to myself. I said, well, wait a minute now. If I'm not born with it, how does this thing called confidence become in me, a part of me, and it'll come out of me if I let it? How does that happen? Well, there are several key factors to that. And if you get this, then you're well on your way to being confident. So the first one that we want to talk about is preparation. What do you mean by preparation? Well, what does preparation mean? It means to prepare. I trust my preparation. This is where the root of confidence comes from. I trust my preparation. I am prepared. I have gone and practiced beforehand, because that's what preparation means, or prepare means. It means I have gone out and I've done these things beforehand, and I trust the things that I have done beforehand. Here's another component of it: repetition. What do you mean? I've done it correctly many times. That's what repetition is. And you've heard this before. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Well, I'll say it a little bit differently. Correct repetition is the mother of all learning. And then here's the next part: execution. What do you mean? I've executed it before, and I can do it repeatedly. I can do it over and over again. And then there's a fourth component that I want you to get, and I want you to grab a hold of it, is success in evidence. I've had success in this, and that is my evidence of my preparation, my repetition, and my execution. So I want to make this like a bank account. Now, watch how I flow with this. Preparation, repetition, and execution are the deposits that I make into my confidence bank on a daily basis. In other words, I'm prepared. I do my preparation. I do it with repetition that is correct. I execute this over and over and over again. Now what I'm doing, I'm making deposits into my confidence bank account. I have a bank account within me of confidence. Now, success in evidence, the success in the evidence, that is the safety and protection to my confidence bank account. In other words, that's my PIN number. That's my personal identification number. So what I have now, I have made deposits into that confidence bank account, and now I have a PIN number called success and evidence. Well, what does all that mean? Well, watch this. When needed and the event or the situation demands it, I can make a withdrawal from my confidence bank account because I've prepared, I've done it with repetition, I've executed it, I got the PIN number to get into it, and so I can make a withdrawal from my confidence bank account because I've been there and done that. I like to say it like this: I got the receipts. And so if I got the receipts, now I can go in and confidently execute those things that I have prepared for, that I've done with an ongoing basis called repetition, and that I've executed, and I have success, and I have the evidence. That's good. So confidence, once again, confidence is when you know that's something that you don't have to even think about. You know this. It's a part of you. That's what confidence is. So I want to wrap this up by giving you a little acrostic for the word confidence. And I want you to take this with you, and I want you to use this. The C of confidence means I'm committed to my preparation. I'm committed. I'm going to show up. I am committed to the preparation. I recognize that I have to prepare. I recognize I must be prepared. And I recognize that I've got to go in and do this. The O of confidence is my ownership of the standards and the actions. In other words, I've set the standard for myself. I will not lower my standard. I will not overlook my standard. I will not compromise my standard. And I will do the necessary actions, even to my own hurt, to uphold and own that standard. Well, that's good. The N in confidence means I'm going to neutralize all negative self-talk. I say this all the time. We talk ourselves out of the best with our negative self-talk, which leads to negative thinking, and it will come out in negative action. So I'm going to neutralize all that negative self-talk. The F, I'm going to focus on the things that I can control. If you haven't heard anything else from me, hear that. Learn to focus on the things you can control. And people always ask, what are the things that I can control? I can control my preparation. I can control my focus. I can control my energy. I can't control what other people think or what other people do, but I can control what I think and what I do. So I'm going to focus on the things that I can control. Next, I am going to have intentional preparation. That's the I. What do you mean by intentional? I am going to be intentional on my preparation. In other words, I'm not going to cut corners. I'm not going to skimp. I'm not going to do anything but what I'm supposed to do in order to make my preparation the way it needs to be so that I can have that deposit into that confidence bank account. And then the D, I am going to be disciplined under pressure. What do you mean? I'm not going to be moved by the emotions. I'm not going to be swayed by other people's emotion. I am going to be disciplined under pressure. When the pressure shows up, I know how to handle the pressure. Why? Because I am a disciplined person. A lot of people don't like the word discipline, but discipline means that you have been taught, you have been trained, you have been schooled in such a way that you have a set standard that you go to, you own that standard, as we said before, and you move forward in it. The E is I got the evidence of my past success. What is that? My receipts. I have receipts, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, got success. I got my receipts. The N in confidence. The N means I'm never going to quit. Nope. You can't make me. You can't force me. You can't do enough stuff to me to make me cave in, give up, and quit. I will never quit. I am going to remain disciplined. I am going to remain focused. I'm going to make sure that I can control the things that I can control. But one thing you're not going to get out of me, you're not going to get me to quit. Why? Because the C comes in now. That is my composure in chaos. Everything could be chaotic around me, but I am going to remain composed. Why? Because I understand this right here, that in the midst of chaos, my composure will keep me and carry me through. Why? Why are you so composed? Because I know that I have prepared. I know that I've done the repetition. I know that I've executed. I know that I have success and evidence, and I've been there and done that. So I got receipts. So even though things may look like they're falling apart, I am going to remain composed. I call it being poised, okay? No matter what, I'm going to be there. And then finally, the E. The E, I'm going to execute with that trust. I'm going to execute with confidence because I understand this right here. That confidence, that is the skill that drives every other skill. So if I will work on my confidence and build my confidence and establish that skill, all my other skills will come up. So I trust this has helped you on today, that it's moved you in the right direction, that you will take this and that you will use it in your life on an ongoing basis, making those daily deposits into your confidence through your preparation, your repetition, and your execution, so that when you need to make a withdrawal, you got the PIN number, the success and evidence, and you can make a withdrawal, that thing called confidence. Listen, it's been great being with you this week. Listen, go out and have a fantastic holiday. Christmas is coming up this week. Go ahead and have a fantastic one. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and have a blessed week all week long. Go with confidence. But remember this right here. Remember this. You are the architect of your life. I'm Coach David, and I believe in you. I will see you on the next time. You have a great one. Bye.